If you don't know who Stephen Miller is, first of all, congratulations. He's actually the architect behind the Trump regime's everything right now. Trump goes out and says crazy things and mumble, whatever, one thing to the next, and then sooner or later Biden comes up or Obama or something, and says he's going to take over Chicago next. But Stephen Miller's the one who's actually implementing the extreme authoritarian measures of the regime, which makes it ironic that he now, I saw a headline today where he says the Democratic Party is a domestic extremist organization. And I'm like, are you a comedian now doing stand-up? Are you trying to be ironic, or are you just stupid? The Democratic Party is not about taking over cities with the National Guard, claiming that the crime is out of control in the city they're taking over, like Washington, D.C., but you're pulling the National Guard from states, red states, with cities that have double and triple the crime rate of Washington, D.C. What if they were doing something about that? Now, you know what they're doing? They've been going to like Krispy Kreme and going to museums because they don't really have anything to do. Now they're picking up trash because we defunded the National Park Service, and National Park Service folks are the ones who pick up the trash in Washington, D.C. because it's not considered a state. So now that's not happening. So now the National Guard is picking up trash, which, hey, good for them. It's a nice thing to do, but it's not actually their job. Meanwhile, I will tell you what that party means for me, and I'm a middle-of-the-road guy. I tend to vote for the candidate, not the party, but lately the candidates from Republicans have been so insane, MAGA, I think that means the same thing, that I do vote Democratic all the time. But we care about caring for the least of these. We care about taking care of our elderly people, our veterans. We care about everyone having quality health care, quality schools. We believe in museums. We believe that if you don't learn from the past, you will repeat it, because that's what we're doing. We're not about extremism. Are there people who are extreme in the Democratic Party? Certainly, woke people are out of control. That is not the majority of the Democratic Party. Anyway, glad we cleared that up. I hope that cleared that up. Meanwhile, we see that in the ongoing efforts to completely dismantle the federal government and all of its functionings that don't have to do with enriching the people at the top of it, the CDC members, the people who comprise the CDC, are now beginning to quit in revolt, because RFK Jr. is such, I don't even know the right word. Lunatic is the word I reserve for our Mango Mussolini, but he's not smart, and there seems to be something wrong with him too. With Trump, it's physically. With him, it's the worm that ate his brain. But we're no longer going to have early warnings to tell us, hey, COVID is back and it's stronger and it's doing other things, which is true. Hey, measles is spreading. We're not going to know. And the reasoning seems to be, if we don't study that, if we don't get the statistics, then it isn't a thing. Kind of like if we fire the people in charge of the labor statistics, we'll just say it is whatever it is, and that's what it will be. It seems like monitoring things like diseases and the National Weather Service to give us warnings, it seems like those are good things. Those, by the way, are democratic principles. We like those things. We like to be prepared. We're seeing also across the country more and more Republicans are saying, hey, I'm not going to run again because whatever these guys are doing, I don't want to be a part of it. Today, it was Joni Ernst, who's a Republican senator from Iowa, and also one of the Republicans in the Wisconsin Supreme Court, Rebecca Bradley. She said, nope, I'm done. Peace out. Somebody else can, try to stay on board this sinking ship. Wide open possibilities for Democrats who are already starting to flip traditionally Republican seats. And finally, in the spirit of learning from the past, I'm going to put a link here. There's something for us to all do. I have done it. Indivisible is got a petition out there for us to all sign, saying, hey, the Trump regime has no business changing what's in the Smithsonian Institute. We have to learn from history, or we will repeat it. Right now, we're repeating one of the darker, awfuler chapters that has happened over and over again with authoritarianism, which is how we know it's not going to work. My name's Bill. I'm a college professor from Dallas, Texas. As always, thanks for watching.